Hello, my name is Jared Hazel, and today I'm going to be talking to you about Lockman and Sons. So, today we're going to be talking about the situation analysis of Lockman and Sons, the SWOT analysis, some SMART objectives, a marketing strategy, some marketing communications, and finally, we'll wrap it all up. So, who is Lockman? So, Lockman and Sons, they are a locksmithing company that's based out of Edmonton, Alberta. They currently have three locations in Edmonton, Calgary, and Red Deer. And while the business has been successful to some degree, Lockman has invested zero total dollars into marketing, relying on word of mouth to propel the business to where it is today. Lockmans and Sons have decided to reach out to a marketing consultant to garner not only a better understanding of marketing principles, but establish a guideline to help navigate the online world and create real presence. So, we wanted to start out with a market analysis. So, comparatively, demand for locksmithing services in countries like the United States has a market size of around $2.6 billion. Now, in comparison to Edmonton, Red Deer, and Calgary, a much smaller population size of about 2.3 million, we can estimate the market cap for about Lockman and Sons is equal to about $18.1 million if the population between the United States and Edmonton area or the Alberta area is scaled to a similar size. Demand for locksmithing services is directly tied to factors such as population growth, as the most common reason a locksmith will be called is if a potential client is locked out of their home. So, in terms of strengths, what does Lockman have that's going for it? So, Lockman has an established customer base that utilizes a lot of the services compared to the newcomers onto the scene. Lockman has a stream of revenue, a list of quality leads available for retargeting, and established locations and credibility across the province. Mentioned before, they have multiple locations to cover the vast majority of Alberta, allowing for residual impressions from people outside major metropolitans when you're targeting a certain area. And customer loyalty stems from word of mouth. So we have a high amount of loyalty in our customers, and we want to make sure we maintain that high customer lifetime value. Now, some weaknesses. We have some urgent weaknesses that we want to address right away. So, companies that are 100 times smaller than us are gaining valuable space in our customers' eyes because of our lack of marketing investment. This has led to a decrease in the barriers of entries for small locksmithing companies, and our limited online presence, like an outdated website, compounds the issue that we mentioned before. Threat of new competition could lead to the loss of our loyal customer base, something that is important that we have to keep. Now, for opportunities, where we could utilize such as tools such as the search engine optimization, we believe it's underutilized as it stands right now. We also allow users it allows users to find Lockman's site through tools like keyword analysis, meta tagging, and search word ranking. This helps Lockman show up to customers when they need a locksmith, which is quick and reliable. Now, in terms of the website, a website change could provide multiple different benefits and to customers and the business alike. Customers now have the ability to fully understand more about you and your business with increased engagement, while you're able to collect data and utilize it for further purposes. And finally, running ad campaigns. Now, there's a various amount of ad campaigns. In this presentation, we're going to focus on email ad campaigns as a benefit to Lockman and Sons. So there's direct customers straight to the Lockman site. Each campaign, they have their own unique value. As we say, display ads for brand visibility, search ads are for direct responses, and the email campaigns that we're talking about is going to be for targeted messaging. So with all this in mind, we do have some threats. Now, the main threat that comes to mind is the competition threats. Now, business slowdown coincides with an increase in competition of the market, and however, we can potentially leverage our scale, as in our already existing size, to outbid competitors for certain keywords. Competitors right now are taking up a lot of the the SEO, and we believe with our budget and our size, we can outbid them and place ourselves as market leaders again. Another issue we ran into is the maintenance of existing brands may cause stress on the current revenue stream. This could be because Red Deer has about 10% of the population that Edmonton does. However, this doesn't have to be a negative. Being a larger company in a smaller market can mean we have a total market dominance if we play our cards right. Now, for SMART objectives, we have three SMART objectives that we want to focus on our opportunities. So the first opportunity we have is the SEO. So SEO, we want to be specific. We want to increase organic website traffic by 20% within 12 months. Measurable, we'll use tools like Google Analytics to allow us to track and monitor the progress. Achievable, this is achievable as the standard for growth after implementing SEO is around 20% in the first year, followed by an exponential growth in success the next year. It's relevant because increase in organic traffic is aligned with the goals I mentioned previously. More traffic can lead to more leads, which can lead to more conversions, which can lead to more sales. And it's time bound as across all our goals, we will be establishing 2 key points in terms of when we are checking in, that being within 1 year of the practices and to ensure practices are still being implemented 1 year after the initial year. So next up, we have our website. Specific, we want to create an entirely new top to bottom website, which focuses on online booking features, locations near the user, and clear pricing and services being listed. This is measurable through products such as the click-through rate of all the previously mentioned features. We use tools like heat maps year over year to determine where customers go on our site and utilize that data going forward. Website development costs, it can cost between $10,000 to $40,000, depending on how much you want to invest. Relevance, a useful website aligns with our goal of driving traffic towards the site. This enhances customer engagement, lead generation, and retention, and also supports broader business objectives. Now, in time bound, as mentioned before, we will have 2 check-ins, one after a year and one after 2 years. Now, for the ad campaigns, we are going to be focusing on the email ad campaigns. But if this does not work, we will run these campaigns over the course of 3 months, determine the most successful campaign, and invest and implement the successful campaign for a year. If we find that there's still a strategy, we'll reassess the strategy after 12 months. Measurable, we measure the success and conversions that come directly from the ad campaign. This is achievable because we already have an established customer base where we can start targeting our ads towards. This is relevant because converting leads increases revenue, which in turn increases our market share. And the same time bound addresses where we address 1 year and then 1 year after the initial year's goal. Now, for our online marketing strategy. So first, we have to identify our target market. Now, our target market, we have identified there's 3 main reasons for someone utilizing a locksmith service. They are either locked out of their property, they need to change their locks and keys, or they wish to upgrade their home security. So, a bit of a niche service, but it still has a very high market cap of 18.1 million. So we still believe that this is going to be an important feature for us. Now, we want to operate in the space of micro moments. Now, micro moments are a quick, high interest search that often start with stuff like I want to. Some examples of them were I want to know what this song is, or I want to buy this chair that I just saw. Valuable micro moments for locksmithing is I want to get back into my car and house. Now, this in turn leads to a bit of a tricky situation for our business as emergency situations become the key to our success. We have to be the first solution that comes across a customer search because that in turn will most likely be the one that they select. This is where we want to be through the use of our search ads. This is evident as when we even search the words such as locksmith near me, key duplication near me, locksmith close to me, and even emergency locksmith. A lot of these keywords pop up with around 10K to 100,000 monthly searches. Now, however, these keywords are highly competitive. They have a high bid range, 6 times lower than the lowest bid range. Now, again, we can leverage our size and resources to weed out a lot of the smaller competition that's getting in, but it is going to break down to a lot of how much budget we are willing to spend on how important these keywords are. I recommend a significant amount of our budget going towards this due to the fact that this is going to be the first touch point that customers will be interacting with our brand. In terms of positioning, we want to convey the importance of time with our locksmithing services. Key points for the website could be locksmith guaranteed within 30 minutes, 24 service customer availability, and a clear display of pricing information for the customer. Now, in terms of marketing communications, we want to take a look at what our competitors will look like. So in terms of positioning goals, as well as our target market, everything is done just as we had talked about. We want to talk about being urgent, being on time. However, there are things that this site itself does not do too well. For example, the text of some yellow and orange, they mention their location being Sherwood Park, and then Sherwood Park before I get to know their price or what their services are. So when making a website, we want to be conscious on making good website practices. This would change the site we make for Lockman and Sons as we're planning to optimize the content to best impact the customer experience. For SEO strategy, as we briefly mentioned in the target market section, there's a bit more to talk about in regards to an effective SEO strategy. As we have garnered the best keywords to use through tools like this is in Keyword Planner, we can put those keywords to the test. Below, right here, is an example of what the first page of Google looks like after typing the keywords locksmith near me. One similarity we can grab between all three of these things is they have been in business for a very long time. This reflects what me and Locksmith and Sons we already knew, and we're competing against these industry titans as well. Another important aspect is they are highly rated in reviews. So ensuring quality customer service is going to be great as we want to rank highly on these websites. Another thing to mention is this is the information that shows up when we just search locksmith near me. Now, technically, this is a new company than what was at the top of the ranking for the other companies when we just searched locksmith near me. For this one, we searched emergency locksmith. Now, this can tell us a couple other things. This can tell us that there's no clear dominator in the SEO field when it comes to locksmithing, and that sometimes this is something that Lockman and Sons can take advantage of. Becoming a #1 search for all the popular keywords mentioned before not only drives organic traffic to our site, but also aligns with what our SMART goals are. Now, for email marketing, we believe there's 3 main things we can go about. So we can go through retargeting through email marketing for Locksmith. Every customer interaction is added to an internal database. Phone numbers, well, technically are at the start of an email database. We can gather the information through asking if they'd like to email the receipt, providing an option when creating an account, or offering a discount if they opt into marketing materials. Every email marketing campaigns can yield an average of $36 for every dollar spent on a campaign. Now, there are some challenges, as it may be hard to get individuals to sign up for more marketing materials due to us being an emergency-driven service. However, if we highlight other services like home security, key and lock replacement, and lock repair in our email campaigns, as well as emphasizing our availability for emergencies, this may be an angle where we can turn a customer into more of a customer by allowing them to purchase more and more things from us. An email campaign also acts in a way of as a bit of a display ad, making Lockman and Sons the first locksmith company that comes into a customer's hands if they have to utilize us for an emergency service. Even if customers opt out, their info can be used to generate lookalike audiences through meta ads. Marketing materials can only be sent with implied consent, so anyone who opts out, we can just use them for the lookalike campaigns. Now, in conclusion, Lockman and Sons have relied on word of mouth for past success, and to continue to grow successfully, they must embrace progress. Meeting objectives will alleviate stress from encroaching competition. Lockman and Sons can reestablish themselves as industry leaders, and we believe Hazel Marketing Firm offers we have a consultant we can offer to help achieve these goals. At Hazel Marketing Firm, we are the key to Lockman and Sons' success in marketing solutions. Thank you for listening.